you lot. Today I thought we could spend a little bit of time together having a look at this stuff, Tiff. And I thought I'd tell you the story behind it and show you how to use it and really kind of what's so special about it as a paint. So some of you might not know, but it is possible to own the rights to a colour, and that's one of the things that really upsets me more than almost anything else, is when a corporation or a human being owns the rights to a colour. And this is one of the most famous proprietary colours of all time. It's this distinctive, what they call robin's egg blue. And it's patented, trademarked by Tiffany & Co, the jewellers. And admittedly, you can't use it on bags or clothes or things that resemble Tiffany, but they do sue people for using the colour. So I wanted to make a paint that all of us could use in our work to make whatever we like. So it's one of these liberated colours that I've made. But let's take a deep dive into it and have a good look. So this is an acrylic paint. And the base of this, the gloopy stuff, is the acrylic base that we invented actually for Black 3. Which can hold more pigment than any other acrylic base. Let's see how it comes out. There it is. So it's got a lovely flow to it, but look at the colour. I mean, it really is beautiful, and it is exactly the same as that well-known jewellery brand. One of the things that I always recommend when you use any of the paints that I create is you use a nice, soft, synthetic brush. Today I'm using a Pro Arte Sterling Silver brush, which are actually my personal favourite. But other good brushes that you could use are things like this, which is a Liquitex brand freestyle brush. I thought today, for a bit of fun, we'd paint a jewellery box, because not that I want to get sued by anybody or anything, but this is absolutely a no-go. This is very naughty. So I thought we'd have a go at making our very own robin's egg blue Tiff paint jewellery box. So what you want to do is put it on as thinly as humanly possible. So you are using the tiniest bit of paint, and you're going to try your best to make it go as far as possible to get that nice finish. So we're just going to do that. It will need a couple of coats, of course, but that's what we want. This first coat, because it's relatively shiny, this stuff, is almost just to key it, to give the paint something to grip onto. It's a bit more like an undercoat. And you're going to notice I haven't put any more paint on. And yes, I understand it looks really patchy, but once it's dry and we build up a couple more layers, I'm sure it will be really nice. So I'm using the tiniest bit of paint on my brush. I'm almost dry brushing it. You know, there's very little going on here. And that's deliberate. I'm putting the tiniest, weeniest bit on the end of my brush. I'm just working my way around the jewellery box like that. And I know it looks scratchy and it doesn't look like a very nice finish. I accept that, I understand that. So the thing with art is you build it up slowly over time and it gets better. And you know what, if it goes wrong, you knock it back down and you start again. So that's now had one coat. We're going to let that dry, but because it's an acrylic, it's going to dry really quickly, and then we'll be able to give it another coat. Okay, great, that's now dry, so let's go in with another layer. Build it up a bit more. Just a little bit. There you go. Can you see how nicely the second layer goes on after that first layer's keyed it? And again, the tiniest bit of paint, really spreading it out, working it in, because what we're after is that really nice, powdery, flat, high-end finish. And these acrylics that I make are really special because they really are super matte and super flat if you use them properly. See how flat that's looking now after that second coat? And if I give it a third one, I reckon that'll be it, and then it'll be absolutely perfect. The other thing you'll notice is I move very quickly when I paint. It's quite quick. I'm kind of dusting it to an extent, you know, working from all different angles, all different directions, and just kind of getting it on there. If you do it properly, you won't see any brush marks at all. Okay, so that's the second layer, nice and dry. Let's go in with the third coat. Not to blow my own trumpet, but it does look like it's been printed on. It looks beautiful. And that's the finish you want. A lot of people want to spray my paints. You know, they're always so, "Oh, Stuart, can I spray it?" And the answer is, yeah, you can. But, you know, you need to add a little bit of water before you spray them, and it is good. But you'd be surprised, quite often, the finish you're gonna get from a brush, pretty darn good, you know. And all I'm doing is making the best paint I possibly can so that you've got a head start. And then in these little videos, I'm showing you how to get the best out of that paint, but really, what you do with it, it's down to your imagination. Okay, there we go. So it's all had 3 layers. I'm gonna let it dry, and I think that's pretty much finished. So that's completely dry. It looks lovely. It's really powdery. It is super matte. I think it looks really nice. All that's left now is to finish it off with a little bit of a cheeky logo. And the other thing I've got here is this coin that I painted the other day with Black 3.0, the blackest black in the world. I thought that would be really nice to just slot in there as a little present. And there we go. I think that is going to make a really nice gift. So we're going to surprise my assistant with it and see what she thinks. Excuse the mess. Oh, Charlotte, I got a present for you. Well, it's a Tiffany ring, isn't it? What do you think?
I mean, it's so wearable, right? It's so nice.
Great.
Wow.
So there you go. Charlotte loved it. We made a Tiff box without having to give them any money, and we learned how to use one of my lovely matte paints. So I'm excited to see what you make with it. Hit me in the messages if you've got any questions or anything. Otherwise, share your work, use the hashtag #CultureHustle, and we'll stay in touch. Bye.